am at one of the hidden gems of Portland, and so I'm with Mike. And so Mike, tell us exactly where we are.
Well, we're in southeast Portland at the site of the Veen Nursery, which is now the Van Veen Heritage Garden and Nursery. And it was established in 1926 by Theodore Van Veen. When he passed on, his son Ted, who many people knew in Portland, took it over in 1961. And eventually his daughter Kathy took it over as well. But unfortunately she died 4 years ago. And the property was turned over to the American Rhododendron Society and then established as the Van Veen Heritage Garden.
It is so nice because there is such an active society here. I mean, we've been over at Crystal Springs many times to talk about their big display and the show and everything. And so what a great partnership to save this site, because it's almost 4 acres.
Yeah, 4 acres, and you mentioned Crystal Springs. A lot of the plants you see at Crystal Springs came from here.
Wow.
Or were propagated here. And this is the site of propagation for a lot of rhododendrons throughout the world, and still is.
Wow.
We are now a custom propagation business. People send us cuttings, in other words, from Nova Scotia or wherever, and we root them, send them back when they have roots on them.
Wow, and I see there's so much mother stock here, so that's amazing. I mean, it's a display garden that you can go take cuttings and just make lots of other plants for other people to put in their gardens.
That's right, and the unique thing about this garden is that it has about 3,000 varieties of rhododendrons, which is unheard of any place else in the world, really. And a lot of the plants here are what you'd call heritage plants, have been here for years and years. Many of them not in the trade anymore, but maybe should be. So we're constantly testing those new varieties that come out from hybridizers and evaluating whether they should or shouldn't be. But some of the heritage plants here are on a comeback, really. Some of the nurseries are realizing these things have passed the test of time.
That is great to save that. And then you've just received a collection of plants too.
Yes, the Veen Nursery over by Lewis and Clark College, many of you have probably been there, just offered to give us a major part of their collection of Varea rhododendrons, which is a Malaysian rhododendron that's not as hardy as most of these. Beautiful things, and we'll try to show you some pictures of those in the greenhouses. But we received 800 plants, about 160 varieties, which we were talking about the other day. It may be the largest collection in the United States. Excuse me.
Wow, wow. And then you'll have it here. That is just so tremendous. And for people that are rhododendron collectors and just fanatics, I mean, they're going to just be jumping up and down because that is just something just so exciting to have.
Yeah, it's a really different approach to rhododendrons. Like I say, they're more houseplant rhododendron oriented, where these are outside, and some of these will go down to -25. The Vareas, anything under freezing, you have to have some protection on them. But they are very, very different, long, tubular, beautiful colored flowers.
Neat, neat. And so really, we need to stay tuned because there's a lot of things that are going to be happening here in the future.
Yes, our mission is to educate, and so we are setting up opportunities for classes with the school children to come in and get their hands on some cuttings and actually set them here and come back when they're rooted. You know, there's one thing to see the YouTubes, and those programs are wonderful, but to get your hands on something and just to be here and to walk underneath big old plants is a totally different experience.
So Mike, for people that are so interested in this, how can they get involved here?
Well, they can go to our website, Van Veen Nursery or Van Veen Heritage Garden. That'll be easy to find. And they can call us if they have time to come by and work in a greenhouse. When the weather's bad, sometimes that's a great place to be. You know, the Pacific Northwest, there's always weeds to pull, something to do, pinching of buds, that kind of thing. So we look forward to having volunteers here. We do have some volunteers from the neighboring community, but we always look forward to others. And of course, a garden like this takes a lot of upkeep and funds. So we're always looking for some financial support as well.
Well, you know, there are 2 websites to go to. We have all that information on Garden Time. It is going to be such a lovely place. It's lovely right now, and we can just look forward to the future. Thanks so much, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.